I think she's probably been put in there because according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
Hold on to your hats, folks, because things are about to get explosively real. What began as a simmering controversy surrounding a seemingly off-the-cuff remark on The View has now detonated into a full-blown media firestorm, with none other than Joe Rogan himself wielding the flamethrower. This isn't just your garden-variety celebrity feud or a polite disagreement over political ideologies. This is a calculated, scorched-earth assault on everything Rogan perceives to be fundamentally wrong with the establishment media, with Joy Behar and The View serving as prime examples of what he considers to be a deeply flawed and increasingly irrelevant institution. His listeners will be hanging on every word, ready for the fight. Has The View finally met their match? Some are now referring to Leavitt's case against Behar as the Behar bomb that has brought Rogan into the equation. The tension is at an all-time high, but what exactly did Behar and The View do to ignite this level of volcanic fury from the podcasting king? How does the Caroline Leavitt lawsuit, which many believe is the catalyst for this eruption, factor into Rogan's already critical assessment? And perhaps most importantly, could this high-profile showdown be the beginning of the end for a daytime talk show that many believe has become increasingly out of touch with the realities and concerns of its diverse audience? We're not just dipping our toes into the water here. We're diving headfirst into the raging torrent of Rogan's outrage, dissecting the key issues at stake, analyzing the potential fallout for all the players involved, and exploring the broader implications for the future of media itself. This is a full-scale media war, and the opening salvos, delivered with Rogan's signature brand of unfiltered honesty, have just been unleashed upon an unsuspecting View. Hold on tight, because things are about to get very interesting.
As you may heard, I filed a few lawsuits and I'm in the court now because they accuse me of doing stuff that I never did in my life, and they wrote lies, and I will not allow that. I will fight till the end because I don't want that they damage my reputation and my name.
Joe Rogan, as anyone familiar with his podcast knows, is not one to shy away from controversial topics or to pull punches when expressing his opinions. He has built his brand on a foundation of intellectual curiosity, unfiltered commentary, and a willingness to challenge conventional wisdom, often leading to lively debates and thought-provoking conversations. Therefore, it's safe to assume that his analysis of Joy Behar's comments will be anything but superficial, but one can assume that the remarks will be based on perspective, not facts. It is, after all, his persona, but the heart of the issue, Rogan will say, is not just the comment itself. The problem to him is with the people in positions to give the remarks and the power that comes with that. This means Rogan believes that The View is unethical and has a means to a negative rhetoric. Moreover, Rogan might challenge the broader media landscape and make claims about it that are equally not in favor of anyone, in a way that makes him seem unbiased. He might also explore the ways in which Behar's words reflect broader societal attitudes about women in politics and the pressures they face to conform to certain standards of appearance and behavior, or if she is just trying to fight back from previous rhetoric. He can speak his opinion in a way to cause chaos or to gain a rise.
That thing needs a laugh track. It needs a laugh track.
For Joe Rogan, the Caroline Leavitt lawsuit isn't just a dry legal proceeding, it's a potent symbol of resistance against what he views as the overreach and arrogance of the mainstream media, and it is likely Rogan has never even heard of Leavitt. Again, Rogan will use the argument that the bias is what drives many people to be upset and in an ill manner, and not the perspective or claim. It's the way. It's all in the way of how the comments or remarks are given. He is there to champion against what is mainstream, not to be a politician. That's what it all boils down to. What makes him so likable is that he will say it to your face. He has no filter, and viewers can see that and know it. It's important to know what that would sound like, since it is his signature and is what the audience wants to see. This has nothing to do with sides, he would say. The facts are the facts, and let's keep it at the facts. Again, one can call the action hypocritical and only for fame. It could still resonate with those whom he seeks to appeal to and grow his following.
What do the two of you like to do for fun if you're not working?
To have a dinner, sometimes quiet dinner or dinner with friends, and listen to the music, all kind of different musics.
I hear he likes to be the DJ.
He likes to be the DJ, and it's a very fun night when he does that.
The View has had the label of bias on it for the longest time, and Rogan will continue this narrative. Is the show even supposed to be the news, or is it just a narrative? So there might be claims about how the news should be or should not be, or what makes them even a news outlet. He can ask all of the questions without claiming that this should happen. He will also likely emphasize that this doesn't allow any opinions or viewpoints to be shared and pushed in the show. But one could claim that this is hypocritical and what the intent actually is for. One can say that it is better to stand your ground for those claims, or should there be even claims? The echo chamber concept will be pushed by Rogan, where they share the same rhetoric on repeat to make it seem true. It seems to be a common talking point, but is that even true? He might even attack the show for how they are now being portrayed. Are they just trying to make themselves seem real in a world that has gotten so negative towards them? Who knows? All they need to do is just change the perspective to be more inclusive, but it is all easier said than done.
So, Sonny Hosted, you better watch what you say about somebody else, because your hood gonna be down there with Big Tony. Your husband, these people, the audacity. Her husband is being accused of something that's far more egregious than what they claim did.
Is this person who he says is being held and targeted even that great? Or are they simply a convenient pawn in a larger game? A figure whose story serves to amplify Rogan's pre-existing narrative about the corruption and bias of the media elite? Will Rogan's followers just latch onto this little guy's name only for him to use them? It's a question that demands careful consideration, a willingness to look beyond the surface and examine the deeper motivations at play. He, like many figures in media, may just be looking for a narrative that gets the most clicks. If these people are gonna make claims, then they're not going to stick, and all that would happen will be failure. One will ask that Rogan asks some great questions, or is he even great at the claims he's been spewing? It may be a ploy to gain followers and to cause people to have a bad view and make them feel angry and hateful. Is there ever enough hate? Is there something that is more or less in the universe? The View can state, so will there be a person being held, and that may also not be the truth? All that matters for him is that you be the great one to the world, and will that lead to a more perfect day? Is that even what the View has set out to do? Is it only for them to make a buck? People can say whatever they want. The reality is the View is a business, but what happens when the business tries to trick others? Then what do you do? What is the claim, or who? What is the goal? The goal for the View might be just to get views, great power.
Who hates Christmas? Melania Trump hates Christmas. She destroyed the Rose Garden. She doesn't want to decorate for Christmas. She doesn't want anything to do with him. She doesn't want to sleep in the same room with him. She can't tolerate him. I think she hates him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so we can all agree on that. That's a given.
Allegedly.
And she does.
Yeah, how do you know all this?
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know all this.
Allegedly. That's why I say allegedly.
I also think that she wants to take him out. She does not want to be the first lady anymore.
In the end, Rogan is hoping for more dialogue, and what is the best approach to take for those situations? What is his true power, and what is there to even be said that is true? Rogan's claim has come out of some sort of doom and gloom. His message has taken the world by storm, or is he doing more harm? And that can easily be said. A big fear to have, and a message to share to all. As all of these comments spread like wildfire, it might be good to try something to create power. If the View is to get any real value and worth from that, then the only hope is to use these opportunities to the best. What does it even mean for dialogue in media? Does that even mean any real goal has been met? If the goal isn't even met, does there need to be more conversation? What does it even mean for that? Or can you ever even be something greater? It has always been said that there needs to be talk, but is the journey not to be known? If people do not know you, then will it be that the way that's supposed to lead? Does he even truly care? Or are we all really just wasting time here? Is Rogan's influence any worse or better? These things have to be stated. All of it might not matter in the end. We have to see it and make it, and what it means for all to be made what all there is.
Their brains are small. But who's the dumbest one of all? True, none of them are in Mensa, but who's the most densa?
Will there be a seismic shift in the very foundations of media? A fundamental re-evaluation of ethical standards and reporting practices? A genuine awakening to the dangers of bias and the importance of diverse voices? Or will this all just fade away like so many other fleeting controversies? Another blip on the radar screen of the 24-hour news cycle, quickly forgotten in the relentless pursuit of the next outrage, the next scandal, the next shiny object to distract us from from the deeper issues at play, and even if there will be a good change from The View, what's the path to it and how will it impact the rest of media? Can you have so many changes at once, or does it just take 1 or 2 changes here or there? What would Rogan do with a great outcome of being known to have helped with such? And has all of his prior work really done anything for him? Can you even say what it is and how he is so influenced? Is he making this situation only about him? What's truly important is that this world becomes closer with whatever he's doing. The power dynamic needs to be looked at, because what the hell is going to change? Is it all lost? Can he take any of this greatness and change it for the better? And can he really make all that come and say it with great value and push for greater action? Or just keep pushing on with whatever has always been? The world may never know what can be, so we have to start from the ground to start doing the work again. Even with greatness on one side, there can always be doom that exists. At the end, is it worth it to do great for others' gain? It doesn't always lead to good things, and one can only hope. Rogan himself only knows his core path and what is really going to be it. He has so many great opportunities to have goodness with other people, but it's a coin flip what can come up with what he has had. Can the lawsuit against The View be a step in the right direction and even mean something? All greatness falls down, and even doom can have beauty. All must be found in what it is all. It is his job to claim it. Then all can see great changes. It can all fail if he makes it so that only his opinions are the best. To take something and say that he can help with anything he needs in the power. All can come and love the earth again. Maybe that's just the way it has to be, because who is better?
Perhaps it's Sonny who mastered the art of making idiots look smart. Now, The View could ask a mirror who's the dumbest one of all, but there's no way that glass doesn't shatter. So instead, let's check out this clip from Monday's episode of The View when the ladies put their science caps on and discuss the solar eclipse.
What all he has had to sell, he has gotten nothing. The reality is, to have nothing is what one can really want to take it away, as someone might. What power is truly his? In the end, Rogan might really have nothing to give, just a path that goes into the sky. All can make a statement, but not all might make change. All can want, but is what they will take away, as someone might. And where all can be is that one will not give so that they get. And what greatness that can make from this is, for so many years, his whole vision will need to change.
Amazing. Wow. That's not what I read.
It is going to take every bit and everything that can be with him, as he has his greatest fall and has his greatest light. The doom is as close as all. Can he handle all that? His thoughts will determine the path. All will need to be the guide. The one and the world might be better or not. What all is now on his shoulders, it is up to him, and it will only be he who is truly ready. It goes on, and it is time. What all can there be with what he has now? Now is his true test, and what will he really do with it? No, for real. And even to those of his biggest fan and his greatest friend, this is only and will always be a chance. What does this have to do with The View? What is he doing to bring them to where they need to be? To say all is there needs to be something that is so great. If he thinks of them as trash, it is not going to work. They need to work with it. Is there going to be love, or it is always going to be hate? You might get it all wrong, but there is always more you can do. He's right. What there is might be nothing to get through this at all. It just takes that right look in any way to all make it better or worse. All and nothing depends. A great test and his greatest time. Will he shine? Rogan and the greatest.
I know, right? I mean, I have to say, Karen Dupiche, our wonderful, one of our wonderful makeup artists, when the earthquake was happening, she put her coat on and she was like, Jesus is coming.
I'm out.
I'm out. I'm leaving. We've got a solar eclipse. We've got the earthquake. She ran down the hallway.
The rapture is here.
The rapture's here.
Is the person just a scapegoat for other things that are happening? What can even get you to do that type of action? Are all those feelings with intent? It might just all be that, as the intent has been there from the beginning, or if they even come up with anything. It could be a way to create conflict and draw a narrative from The View to try to be better, but maybe not. The show as a whole may be seen as a negative light to the world, but there are plenty of people who claim the same on Rogan. All of those options and routes are possible, so it will always depend on the end to see what the true is to all. Is Rogan even trying to look great and just push what is there? The media doesn't need to be so volatile either. All the world knows. The goal for all to get to is to make it something to behold, if even to just just touch what that may even get, to all be done in this, and something for people to take action, to be what they wanted. Does the word even make sense? The goal for all to be just to be at one with what can change the world. Can any of what even happens, and where all it will make it all be great. It is all the same, it is all one, and that to be had is more. There might be value too, but will it matter? Everything is everything. Can that even mean anything? Or is it all just garbage? The goal will tell. In all, we hope to find a better day, and with The View with Rogan and whatever comes out of it. Let's not pretend that it is Rogan's world and that we're just living in it. What if we are all dead and that none of it matters at all? What then? The question is, if Rogan is for truth, what even is that? What does he offer? Is he any different than The View? Are you just replacing a view with another view? But what comes after all the end in that world? A great new sky, or does all just end? Rogan could just be full of hypocrisy and just want power, or create his own reality. It would be interesting to see a world like that. Does that happen, or does it have to be true? What did everyone say we even all came for the first place? How will the test play out, and what will it really say? What is all is and is all to have to really see the way? What do people have to gain from his rant other than just anger? All of the world may be doing only because all these words. Is his path the right one to be on? Who are we to tell what to do? It is hard to even know these things, but to say what he is selling may not be the truth, or all there is to the truth. In these thoughts, it really will never be clear to what is what, and can anyone come up with any of those things? Are they on their own, or will they take charge to lead them? One might have to step back and say, you need to be true to yourself, because in the end, that is all you got. There is no grand scale to what you need to get done. It's all up to you, and that's important to be true to that. The key is that the person is humble, and that's what makes the viewers subscribe more. The end goal may depend on what happens in the show, but we will only know what that truth will really be if that happens. This is all to be for the good of all and not against anyone, and that is what he tries to sell, or is what he does. What does the end all be? What does it all amount to? It's just a show that never works, and may just never get better. Or does it? The power to be all ends to what is there to do, and what does the new you even make it to be? Is there anything that isn't a complete total fake? And is it any of worth? Let all of it lead to great doom. Will this all bring it to? Here's what the new day has. Rogan is a dude, and The View is a show. And what are they to be if there is nothing at all? Did we fight and have a case? Did it do something? Will there be peace or war? How will time go? Will all the doom be too? Did all even love you? The power to what is might, but does someone ever have to do it right? What will they even do for it? A path that isn't even the truth. This would say much. Will we ever even see the real worth and the means that we can do to all of this? You may only have it from their own world. This isn't what the show is meant to say, as there is just so much to make it all just change from the day. That day, it is only something to take out of each day, it's true. As the legal battle moves forward, there is a real point where someone might believe that it is noise. The question is, can any of these things change, and is that even what we really want? Is there even some magic power we can use to know what's right? The problem that is faced is, how can we even know, and what will be said at the end? How can we have the tools to say what's that? The answer will always be to get the knowledge and go out and start what you want. Will that make a difference, and will it all be noise? Well, that depends on those who listen and the end and result, as they are the future. What the goal ends up being at that point may make the world be better or be the worst. What does that even have to do with The View? All you can do is just be yourself and not care. You get to decide that, and that's all that matters. And what if all of these concepts never even existed? I think then all would be good and the best of each world.